Hey guys, it's Heaven.
With Miles.
This week we're back with another video. We missed it last week. We just got super busy in life. Today's video is gonna be a Q&A. A lot of people on our Facebooks asked us questions, but not enough. So today we're basically just gonna be telling you about us.
Alright, subscribe and like this video and share it with your friends.
Do you want to start first or me? Okay, so my first question was from Evelyn. How did you feel knowing Miles was going to propose versus him actually doing it? Knowing that he wanted to propose, it was nothing big, but we talked about it, had ideas, and then versus him actually doing it was a big surprise. That whole week it happened, I was just having a really bad week, so coming home to that is what made it better. It was a surprise, I was a little crybaby. I wanted him and my cat at the same time. But I could honestly say that's one of the best things that's happened. Her second question was, when do y'all plan on moving in together? Well, we've already talked about this multiple times, and when he turns 18, we will be rearranging everything for him to move in with me. Go to school, get a job, and basically just live our lives together. Isn't that right, Ben?
Yeah. Ray asked, how did we meet and how did we start dating? So, funny story. How we met was, I slid in her DMs on Messenger.
He basically complimented my eye color because I had contacts in.
And she had blue contacts in and I liked that color. I thought they were her actual eye color, but
Sorry to burst your bubble, babe. So how we started dating was I was going through some relationship problems with someone else in the past. Miles was there to comfort me and talk to me through everything. November 20th, he asked me out over the phone. We were together for about a week. Then we broke up because we just both felt like we
both needed to work on ourselves and get ourselves better for us to actually be together.
That, and we barely knew each other. So I was like,
that too.
I was like, I'm really about to do an online relationship
with somebody that you barely know.
Don't do that, kids, because you never know what could happen.
Yeah, that shit. Don't do that unless you know them really well. After a while, we just grew to know each other. We took a break for a few months. No talking to each other, nothing.
February 17th happened, and we just went from there. Here we are, 5 months later.
We don't own copyrights, by the way.
Oh yeah, we don't own copyrights to the back music.
Background music.
Whatever. Yeah.
Damn.
Okay. But that's basically how we started dating, how we met. Question is from Jasmine. She asked if the ring is an actual expensive wedding ring. No, it's not. Price really doesn't matter. It's the thought that counts. It could be a $5 ring from Walmart and I'd still wear it as if it was a $1,000 ring. He got it at Pride. She also asked if we are still in school. I currently am. I will be a senior. I've had some downfalls in school, but I am still currently doing it and trying to graduate on time.
I'm not in school, nor do I work, but I'm going back to school once I turn 18. Faith asked, how did you know Miles was the one?
Kind of a tricky question. Like every other relationship, we have our ups and downs, have our issues and our problems. We go through them like any other couple. I knew he was the one because through everything that we've been through in the last almost year of knowing each other, he's stuck around and showed me something different. I could honestly say that he's a good one because he's just stood by my side for so long. Yeah, that's how I realized he was the one. I don't need a boyfriend like mine, just don't get mine because he's mine.
So Jojo asked, what is your guys' plans for the future?
Our plans for the future? Just to grow and glow together, you feel? Go to school, go to work, and we'll be saving up for our own apartments and everything that we want to have in the future. Like everything. A car, a house, more pets.
She definitely needs another one. His second question was, can I be the best man at y'all's wedding? Of course.
Yes.
You'll definitely be there.
So the next question is from Gemma. She asked, if you had to spend $1 million in one day, what would you buy?
I thought you $1 million car.
If I had $1 million, I'd send it towards animal shelters because I love animals. I'm a big animal person and I hate seeing them in cages and I hate seeing the way animals get treated. So my $1 million would go towards any animal shelter.
Mine was jokes, by the way. Mine would be to build a homeless shelter for all the homeless people so they're safe.
Haley asked was how did we meet? In person, I was in Commerce City at an old friend's house. Then I messaged him. I was like, hey, I'm in Commerce City. Let me go see you before I have to go to work. Seen him for about a good couple hours and then headed to work. You know, seeing him in person for the first time was just kind of awkward.
Man, when I walked out my door, I had the biggest smile on my face. When I kissed her for the first time that day and looked at her in the eyes, I fell in love, man. I fell in love.
So that's how we met in person.
What's your favorite thing about each other and your lease? Also, what's it like being engaged but in a distance relationship? My favorite thing about her is kind of unexplainable because I love everything about her. But I don't think there's really anything that I don't like about you.
So my favorite thing about Miles is basically just everything. From the good days to the bad days, I would never just dislike anything about him for no reason. He's a really fun person when you guys actually get to know him. He's not as shy. He's actually a lot more talkative than you guys would imagine. I think my least favorite thing about him is his attitude. When he has an attitude with me for no reason, it kind of just...
it backfires.
But I mean, hey, we wouldn't be a real couple if we didn't get through it and we just said, fuck this.
And actually would have never gone back together if we didn't see each other. So what's it like being engaged but in a distance relationship?
Being engaged and in a distance relationship is hard. You know, we don't get to see each other as often as every other couple due to how far we are from each other. But you know, we make it work. On my days off, I go see him and hang out with him and his family. And on the weekends, he's over here. It's not easy. It's harder than it looks.
It's really hard. So if you guys are in a distance relationship and you guys plan on getting engaged, make sure you guys are right for each other. Like, even if you guys get back together multiple times, make sure it's real. Like,
don't do it just to do it and say like, hey, I'm engaged.
Don't do it for the fame. It's hard. It is. I had really bad separation issues due to when I was younger.
And you know, we FaceTime every night. We text every day. It's hard communicating with each other because of my work schedule, so I do try to text him every time I get a chance or when we're not busy. So it sucks. But 3 to 4 months he's gonna be living with me, so we don't really have to worry about that problem anymore. Caitlin asked if you had to switch lives with someone, who would you choose?
I'd actually keep my life. Even though it's shitty, I'd rather keep my life than be younger and older because of how far I've come. And if I go older, I'll have less time to be
alive.
If I was younger, I wouldn't be who I am right now.
Eugenia Looney, because she's gotten so much hate from her weight that I'd want to be in her shoes to see what it feels like, because growing up I've never had that problem of gaining weight, so I don't know how she feels with everyone who chooses to be on the other side of appreciating her. She's really beautiful, minus how much weight she gains or loses. She's a really good sweetheart. From her videos, she's loving. She loves all her fans. So I would want to put myself in her shoes to see what she feels all of that stuff happens with her. Would you rather have one dream come true or give that chance to your significant other?
I already have my entire dream right here, so.
One of my dreams is to just do good in life. Personally, I'm already doing that. I have everything planned out for myself, so I'd give it to my significant other so he can succeed with me as well. What have you struggled with your entire life? Growing up, I struggled with a lot, from friends to family to just being an individual as myself. Growing up and going to school, I got bullied a lot for not having a dad. So all I had was my mom to buy me things, and if I wasn't up to date with the newest trends or any of that, they'd bully me. Struggling now would be saving money.
What have I struggled with my entire life? Being who I am. The thing that I struggled with growing up was...
Sorry, guys.
I wasn't that popular kid until like 8th grade. My whole life I struggled with being who I am and trying to figure it out. Ashley asked, what's your strengths for each other? How did you make it so far? And what do you guys do as a cute as fuck couple?
Our strengths for each other are basically just communication. We also have a lot of support from my family, willing to help us if we ever need help and we don't know how to help each other. That's our strengths, is just communication. Always. That's always the key.
Always communicate, because that's one thing in a relationship that you need.
As far as us making it so far, we basically just learned from a lot of past relationships or our past. We've learned to just go with the flow.
What do you guys do as a couple?
What we do as a couple,
We don't really do anything. We don't go out. We literally just sit in bed all day.
we're more of a stay-at-home couple. Basically, we're doing us. We're not scared to be who we really are in front of each other.
We got really comfortable with each other, and let me tell you, that's one thing I really have a problem with. But yeah.
So Jojo asked, how do you guys do it? I mean, it's hard to keep up with each other every day. We have our ups and downs, but we get through it every day. Just wish for the best,
I mean, we're really hard-headed. We're both really bipolar. We went through difficult times in our past.
Everyone says they want a relationship like us. Get your own relationship.
You don't want to be like us.
Yeah.
You can look up to us. We can be your inspiration, but don't be like us. Be your own person. We may seem like a perfect couple, but we're two imperfect people.
Sarah asked, what's both of your guys' favorite memories with each other? Every memory we make. I love every second with him. Can never go wrong with having too many. She also said, you say it's hard to see each other now. How far do you guys live from each other?
She lives in Denver, and I live in Commerce City.
It is really hard to see each other. How do you deal with the distance? FaceTime. A lot of FaceTime calls.
A lot of texting too.
From the minute we wake up to the minute we go to sleep, we're constantly talking to each other. Rather it's a FaceTime call, a text message, or a regular call, we have to talk to each other. Christina asked, when did you guys know you were in love? How I knew I was in love with him was when I'd find myself thinking about him, even in another relationship. I caught myself texting him back in December. I just wanted to check up on him, see how he was doing due to us not talking for a couple months. I needed to know he was okay, if he was safe, if he was happy.
Oh, I know I was in love with her because I want to stop thinking about her in another relationship.
She also asked, do you guys generally want to spend the rest of everything together? Yes. I want to spend the rest of my life with him because I've never been as happy as I am now with any other relationship.
Caitlin asked, have you ever done something embarrassing in public?
I trip on air every day. So it's like every day is just an embarrassing public moment for me.
I can't go in public because of how I feel about myself.
What is your favorite memory of someone who isn't in your life anymore? One of my favorite memories was growing up with my cousin.
Grandpa, me, my sister, and him used to play this game all the time.
What's one petty thing that people do to really get on your nerves? Chew with their mouth open. Or when I see a really young kid just disrespecting their parents. Or
Little 13-year-olds acting like they know more than they should know.
what brings meaning to your life?
Yeah.
What brings meaning to my life is him and my family. Seeing them happy just makes me happy. When was the last time you cried?
Wednesday.
The last time I cried was actually Wednesday as well. Who's the person you respect most? My older sister Selena and my mom.
I respect my mom a lot.
Audrey asked, would you rather go to Lakeside all night or Illich's all day? Lakeside at night. That's all the questions that we really got. If you guys want to know more, we'll do a Q&A part 2. Next weekend, we have a really good video planned out. If you haven't already, like, subscribe. We love you guys. Bye, guys.